Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button and consider subscribing for more videos. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the episode. Peace! Hey guys, it's Pboy here. So, I've been playing the Isle for about a month now, and I just want to say I absolutely love this game. If you're one of my subscribers, or if you've seen my channel, you'll know that I've been creating a lot of content for the Isle, mostly by telling my survival story as a journey through each episode by playing the same dinosaur and then bringing you guys along for the ride. Anyway, it's been so much fun and I absolutely love it. But one of my biggest challenges as a fairly new player to the game is that I have absolutely no idea what fights I can take, which ones I can't take, and then which ones I should take. And that's kind of the reason why I'm making this video. In this video I want to kind of show you guys my method of judging which fights are possible and which ones really aren't. But before I get into the video, I want to just explain a little bit about how I came to this. So initially when I was trying to learn which dinosaurs were stronger, which had more health for example, which did more damage, my first instinct was to try and find out online. So I got researching, and that's when I encountered my first dilemma. There's actually very little information about the game out there. I mean, I hit the Steam discussion groups, I checked the patch news updates, I went on websites like Wikia and even on Discord, and wherever I went, all the information was either inaccurate, wrong, or just completely missing. And that's really understandable. I mean, after all, this is a game in development. Like all things being developed, it's going to change over time, and trying to maintain those things and those websites is actually really hard. But when I asked in the official Isle Discord group if there are any stat websites or anything, one person in particular, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here a bit, but he said something like, no, there's no accurate websites like that, and I'm glad. This game shouldn't be about number crunching. And that kind of like got me thinking, maybe he's right. Maybe knowing health and bite damage for each dinosaur isn't the right way to approach this thing. Like when you're being chased down by an Allosaurus and he bites you, you're not just going to suddenly knuckle down and do some on-the-fly number crunching to determine how many more hits you can take. Then I sort of had a sort of light bulb moment. I realised that even in my own video series, I'd come up with a much, much better way to determine damage than numbers. And that thing was number of bites. So in my Carnotaurus series recently, I've been freaking out whenever I see a T-Rex because I know that a T-Rex can one bite me, and that's a super useful measure of damage, isn't it? You know, forget the numbers, just all I need to know is how many bites will it take for this thing to kill me and for me to kill this thing. And that's kind of like how I got to this video. I thought, why not create a video where we take every carnivore and just bite each other? Bite each and every other carnivore. That way we'll have a rough idea, at least, who's likely to win in a fight. Now hold up, I hear a bunch of you screaming, but that doesn't include bleed damage over time. And you know what? You're right, you're 100% right. But that doesn't mean I don't think there's a lot to be learnt in knowing how many bites your dino can take. About knowing, for example, that a Ceratosaurus requires 39 bites on a stationary Giga to kill it. Yeah, that's right, it actually takes 39 bites for a Cera to kill a Giga. Did you know that? I sure as hell didn't. But when we got into testing, that's what we found, and it shocked us. On the other hand, a Giga requires only 6 bites to kill the Cera. And although that doesn't factor bleed, you can see how just knowing the numbers, the base numbers of bites, still reveals a lot of information about the dinosaurs and kind of who's likely to win. Also, if you are interested on how bleed may actually impact these numbers that we're going to show you, then stay till the end, because we kind of put a Utah versus a Utah in like a running fight, a running bleeding fight, and we compare that to the static fight where they're just standing there biting each other, and you can definitely see how many less bites it takes to kill a running Utah than a standing Utah. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So firstly, we are going to look at only survival carnivores and only adults. The reason is because I, like many other people that play the Isle, is for the carnivores. And what usually kills a carnivore is, you guessed it, another carnivore. Also, we only picked these 7 dinosaurs because, to be quite honest, this took absolutely ages. In fact, I have to give a huge shout out to Heather Mew, one of my first subscribers who, bless her soul, committed what must be at least 6 hours in bite testing these dinos with me. Huge shout out to you, Heather, you rock. But yeah, with only 7 dinosaurs, the amount of fights we had to do reached almost 200. To get things moving, I want to make things as easy for you to follow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the 7 dinosaurs we'll be bite testing today. And that's the Allosaurus, Carnotaurus, Ceratosaurus, Dilo, Giga, T-Rex and Utah. I'm just going to leave these dinosaurs at the bottom of the screen, and what I'm going to do is I'll make them all black and white, so not to confuse you or distract you, and then as we pick fights I'm going to bring them up, make them big and colourful so you can kind of see who's fighting who. Anyway, these 7 dinosaurs are going to be your opponents. Now for the 2 main stats that we're going to be looking at for each fight, the first one is the number of bites to kill your opponent, and the second is the number of bites for them to kill you. Then what I'll do is, as I change your dinosaur to each of the 7 dinosaurs, we'll get a chance to see every dinosaur fight every other dinosaur. And then hopefully with some clever and committed timestamping, we will have a log of all the fights stored here in a way that you can just quickly access the video and jump to your dinosaur if you need to quickly find out how many bites you need to kill one of the others. Now, before we begin, just a disclaimer, these tests were run 2 or even 3 times. There were 98 fights in total, and we did them all at least twice, some of them even 3 or 4 times. And, you know, we didn't always get the exact same numbers, and we think this was probably either we were biting too slowly, you know, either it would allow for more bleeding to happen between bites, so you would need less bites to kill your opponent, or if it was done too quickly, sometimes maybe even the server didn't actually register the bite. So what we tried to do is do a nice consistent 1 bite every second. But yeah, either way, we retested the fights several times, up until the point that we were quite sure that the final bite figure must be within sort of 1 or 2 bites of the numbers that we actually have. So this is the Allosaurus fight series, and the first battle will be a mirror matchup. It will be Allo versus Allo. We found that it takes 10 bites to kill an Allo with an Allo. Therefore, it will take you 10 bites to kill your opponent and 10 bites for them to kill you. Next matchup is against the Carnotaurus. We found that it takes 6 or 7 bites to kill a Carnotaurus with an Allo. Looks like a Carnotaurus will kill you in around 23 to 24 bites after several tests. Your next opponent is the Cera. We found that it takes around 14 bites to kill a Cera with an Allo. It will take the Cera about 9 bites to kill you. Moving on to the Dilo, it will take you only 2 bites to kill a Dilo. We found that it takes a Dilo 72 bites to kill an Allo. Now obviously there's not a lot of bleed effect here, so bear in mind it could be a lot less than that. Against a Giga we found an Allo takes 43 bites to kill it. But a Giga will kill you in just 5 bites, and it could even be less than that. We found that an Allo would kill a T-Rex in 50 bites when it wasn't moving. Bear in mind, with bleed damage and a bit of time, this could be a lot less bites than that. A Rex will take only 2 bites to kill you, and if it breaks your leg on the first bite, you're basically screwed. Next we have Raptor. An Allo will kill a Raptor in exactly 2 bites. A lone Raptor will take 44 bites to kill you, but bear in mind, with a pack of them and the bleed effect, it could be that a group of say 4 or 5 raptors could take you down relatively easily. So the Allosaurus fares well against the smaller dinosaurs, though Carnos and Raptor packs are still a threat. You may be able to take a Giga as a pack, but a Rex may be too much to handle. So moving to Carnotaurus, as you've seen, it will take around 23 to 24 bites to kill an Allo. However, an Allo will kill you in around 6 to 7 bites or less. In a mirror matchup, a Carnotaurus will kill another Carnotaurus in less than 14 bites. A Carnotaurus will kill a Cera in under 42 bites. However, a Cera will kill you in around 5 bites or less. As a Carno, you will kill a Dilo in under 4 bites. It will take a Dilo around 50 bites to kill you, though bearing in mind it's probably a lot less than that. As a Carno, you will struggle to kill a Giga. We went up to 100 here and it didn't die. Bear in mind, this doesn't account for bleed, but it's unlikely you're going to be able to take it alone. A Giga will kill you in 2 bites, though with its heavy bleed effect, it will probably kill you after just 1. To kill a T-Rex as a Carno, the number of bites, we aren't really sure. We bit to 100 here and it was still alive. When we stopped, it just turned around and killed us in just 1 bite. Do not mess with a T-Rex as a Carnotaurus. Even packs will struggle with this one, so you've been warned. Next up we have Utah. It takes 5 bites to kill a Utah with a Carno. It will take a Utah around 25 bites to kill you, though with bleed effects it's likely to be a lot less than this. So Carnotaurus can take down pretty much all the small dinosaurs. However, raptor packs may be a threat. You can also use your own Carno pack to perhaps take Allos and Ceras, but Rex and Gigas are too strong, even with a pack. Next, we have the Ceratosaurus. It will kill an Allo in 9 bites or less. We found that an Allo will kill you in 14 bites or less. Bear in mind there is a lot of bleed damage with the Allo. As a Cera, you'll kill a Carno in around 5 bites or less. A Carno would have to hit you around 42 times to kill you. With bleed, it could be less than this. In the Ceratosaurus mirror matchup, it will take 13 bites or less to kill one another. It takes a Cera only 2 bites or less to kill a Dilo. It will take a Dilo absolutely ages to kill you. It's over 100, and that's for sure. The Cera also has quite a high bleed resistance compared to a lot of other dinos. Against a Giga, it will take you 39 bites to kill it. And it'll only take a Giga 6 bites to kill you, and it could even be 5 if you consider bleed. We found that it takes the Cera 44 bites to kill a T-Rex that's just stationary. But it will take only 2 bites from a Rex to kill you. You are able to kill a Utah in just 2 bites or less. A Utah kills a Cera in 80 bites, though with a pack of say 5 of them and taking about 5 or 6 bites each with some bleed, they might be able to kill you. A Cera is an interesting dinosaur. On its own, it can probably take most of the small to mid dinosaurs. However, if any of those dinosaurs are in a pack, then you're very vulnerable. If you're in a Cera pack, you might be able to take a Giga, but not a Rex. Next up we have the Dilo. Now, against an Allosaurus, it will take you 72 bites to kill an Allo. Bear in mind there's a lot of bleed with the Dilo. It will take an Allo just 2 bites to kill you. With minimal bleed, it will take you 51 bites to kill a Carno. It'll only take the Carno 4 bites or less to kill you. It's going to take you over 100 bites to kill a Cera. Now, this isn't including bleed, obviously, but still, it's probably a bit much to handle, even as a pack. Especially as it only takes the Cera 2 bites to kill you, or maybe even less. In a mirror matchup, it takes a Dilo 37 bites to kill another Dilo. Again, this is not including the bleed effect, and if you want to see how to factor bleed, make sure to stay and watch the end of the video where we try and give a rough calculation. To kill a Giga, you're looking at well over 100 bites. We're not even sure, we just stopped, it took too long. It will take a Giga just 1 bite to kill you. It's not much different for a T-Rex. T-Rex has slightly more health than a Giga, and again, we got to 100 and just stopped. The Rex kills you in just 1 bite. We found that a Dilo will take 36 bites to kill a Utah, which is very similar to the 37 bites we found in a mirror matchup. However, it takes only 9 bites for the Raptor to kill you. So, this test does not bode well for the Dilo, and that's because a lot of its damage is in its bleed effect, which this doesn't account for. However, at the end of this video, we do talk about bleed effect and how you can change these numbers and try and incorporate that into it. Next, we move on to the Giga, and to kill an Allo, you'll generally need 5 bites or less. An Allo will take 43 bites or less to kill you. Bear in mind, with bleed, it could be a bit less than that. It will take you only 2 bites to kill a Carno, though with the bleed effect, a Carno will rarely survive 1. It will take a Carno over 100 bites to kill you. Even if you're against a pack of Carnos, this should be a safe matchup for you. Against a Cera, we found that you would only need 6 bites, and that could be less if you factor bleed damage. A Cera will need 39 bites to kill you. With some bleed factored in, it might be a bit less than that, but you should still be able to take a pack. A Dilo is an easy one bite kill for you. If the Dilo attacks, you've probably got time to go make a coffee, because it ain't killing you anytime soon. In a mirror matchup, a Giga will need 15 bites. With a bleed and a prolonged fight, it could be less than that. Going for a T-Rex, it will take a straight 18 bites to kill it. You may want to take care with this matchup because it takes a Rex only 4 bites to kill you. You can kill a Utah in 1 bite. It's going to take a Utah well over 100 bites to kill you as a Giga. In fact, after 100 bites, I asked how much health Heather had left, and she said around half. So the Giga's actually done very well this test, and to be honest, its biggest threat is the T-Rex, and also perhaps Cera's if in packs. Allos might also cause a problem in packs, but as long as you get a bite or 2, they should be okay. Next, we have the Rex. A Rex will kill an Allo in 2 bites. It will take an Allo around 50 bites to kill you, though bear in mind, with the bleed effect and a pack of say 5 or 6 of them, they may be able to take you down. You will kill a Carno in exactly 1 bite. In terms of numbers of bites to kill you, it will take a Carno well over 100. You've got very little to worry about in this matchup. It will take you 2 bites to kill a Cera. It will take a Cera around 44 bites or less with bleed to kill you. A Dilo? What Dilo? 1 bite. A Dilo does very little damage to you. Even after 100 bites, there was absolutely no visible damage on the Rex. Against your fellow apex predator, you will kill a Giga in exactly 4 bites. It will take a Giga 18 bites to kill you. In terms of a mirror matchup, a T-Rex will kill another T-Rex in exactly 12 bites. However, with the break bones mechanic, this must be a very awkward matchup. Moving on to Utahs, it's just like Jurassic Park. This thing will one bite them. A Utah will require well over 100 bites to kill you. In fact, during testing, I just kept going and this Allosaurus joined in on the action and even tried to help take it down. After about a minute, even he looked quite confused as the Rex was still standing, but eventually it did die. Well, I guess the T-Rex really is the king because he one bites 3 out of 7 of our dinos. The biggest threat for it is really Giga packs. And in terms of solo dinosaurs, you can basically take on everything we have here. Last but not least, we have the Utah. Now against an Allo, you will need 44 bites or less. With a pack and some bleed, this is more than doable. Bear in mind that an Allo will only need 2 bites to kill you. With bleed, this could be just 1. Against Carnos, we have mixed numbers, ranging from 25, 27 and 30. It's definitely doable, especially with bleed in a pack. However, it will take a Carno just 5 bites to kill you, and with bleed, it's probably less. Against a Cera, it's going to take you around 80 bites to kill it. With a decent sized pack, this might be feasible. Though bear in mind, it takes just 2 bites to kill you, maybe even 1 if you don't heal your bleed. You should be able to kill a Dilo in 9 bites or less. It will take a Dilo 36 bites to kill you, though bearing in mind it has a high bleed effect and you're likely to be running a lot, this could be a lot less. To kill a Giga, it's going to take well over 100 bites. Even a pack of 5, 6, 7 of you, it might just be too much. After 100 bites, this Giga still had half health. Oh, and it only takes 1 bite for it to kill you. Against a Rex, you're going to need well over 100 bites. In fact, this Allo helped out, and we still couldn't kill it for another minute. And it will take a Rex only 1 bite to kill you. Finally, in a Utah mirror matchup, it will take exactly 9 bites to kill another Utah. Raptors really can't take the apex predators, even in packs. However, they might be able to take Allos, Carnos and Ceras as a pack. You should be okay against Dilos, provided that you kill them quickly and don't allow the fight to drag on. Okay, so let's talk about bleed effect. So in the static fight of Utah versus Utah, it took 9 bites. However, when I lined this up next to some running footage, I took 1 bite every 10 seconds whilst we were running, and it ended up needing only 6 bites to kill the other Utah. that is a lot less than the 9 bites required when it wasn't moving. Now, this made a big difference because the fight lasted longer, and also because the running did more bleed damage. Now you have a sort of vague idea how you might need to modify some of these bite figures. Say for example you're having a very long drawn out fight or a fight with a lot of running. I don't think it's going to have as much of a difference for the fights involving the bigger dinos like your T-Rex versus your Allo or Giga versus your Cera. It's going to be much more of a bigger impact on say a Dilo versus a Utah or a Utah versus another Utah. But yeah, going from sort of 9 to 6, you can kind of see that it's about 2/3 as many bites if you're going to be doing a lot of running and the fight's going to be lasting a couple of minutes. So anyway guys, I hope you found that useful. If you have, please leave a like on the video because it really helps me grow my channel, and take a look at some of my other videos. Because I like to play a lot of the Isle, and I like to play survival and sort of tell a story and bring you guys along for the journey. So if you like this video, definitely check out those videos because I love making them. Anyway, that's enough mumbling from me. Thanks a lot for watching guys. Take care. Peace.